Hi, welcome to Let's Talk About Mental Health podcast by Jaden Holt. I'm Jaden. I'm a 23-year-old college student and full-time employee. I I have dealt with mental health challenges for many years and I started working and talking um, to help people understand mental health and how to manage it better. Like I said, I'm currently a student full time. I'm working full time. I am planning a wedding full time, and it's a lot of work, and it can be very overwhelming. So I feel the challenges of mental health. But through that, I have learned that there is hope and that we should hope through the challenges of mental health. One experience I have had is as I look back on life, I can see a lot of times I dealt with mental health. I I had various stages of anxiety attacks and depression and all of these things. And looking back, I thought it was just being overwhelmed and being concerned and just feeling the heat of the moment. But as I look back, I could tell that it is mental health. One specific example, over several days and weeks, I could just start seeing the world spinning. I could see the challenge of getting up in the morning, of being overwhelmed with school, being overwhelmed with work, being overwhelmed with the little things of life. And it was just so hard to find the hope and see the joy in it. Um, and I had so many spinning thoughts. I didn't know how to control them. And one day, something just put me over the edge. That thing was my dog getting hit by a car. It was so bizarre to really have all these thoughts and have all of that, and I felt like I was just sinking further and further. And then that day, when I heard that news, I just tanked to the bottom. It was like this for several days, and it was so hard to get up in the morning. It was so hard to go to work. It was so hard to do school, and I just felt hopeless. And I started having thoughts of why was I even here? What was I even supposed to do? What was my purpose? How can I get out of this? Um, and if I can't get out of it, why am I struggling and why am I doing it? Doing life. And that's really when I started my journey of finding out mental health solutions. I started reaching out to people that I trusted, family, friends, people that I knew would love me through it, care for me, and want the best for me. And so as I did that, I could start seeing little glimpses of hope. Definitely not easy, and it was super hard to accept that I had that challenge. But as I did that, I could start finding hope, and I started to find solutions that worked for me. That could be medication, that could be um, exercise, that could be getting your mind out doing something you love or whatever. And for me, that started the healing process. Um, and so, through that example, I learned that there is hope. My simple message of this podcast is there is hope. There is light at the end of the tunnel of the mental health challenges. Whatever it is, there is hope. In this podcast, we'll talk about the different ways people experience mental health challenges, anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, um, anemia, and anorexia, and all these different things of what goes through the mental health challenge. But then, on the flip side, we will open up the conversation. We will open up the conversation that it's okay to have a mental health challenge. 1 in 4 students in college will experience a mental health challenge. It's proven. And so you're not different, you're normal. And that's what we need to open up is this is going to be an area for safe discussion, for finding ways to manage it better and learning about it so that you can know what you're up against. And as you do that, we will find the light, we will find the hope, we will enjoy learning together, we will have a fun experience, and we can get through it. I invite all of you to start opening up the conversation of mental health. The only way to get through a mental health challenge is to open up. When your body is telling you no, seclude yourself, hide, be scared. That is what the mental health challenge is going to tell you, and that is what your mind is going to tell you. But if you open up the conversation, you will find healing. You will find a peace that comes and help that comes. So I invite you to open up, talk to family, friends, anybody about the mental health challenge. Thank you so much for listening to this first episode of Let's Talk About Mental Health. I hope to have you join us next week where we can continue the conversation and find hope and healing. To start learning deeper about this topic, visit www.cdc/mental-health, and you will be able to learn more about it and come prepared next time for the more in-depth conversation about mental health. Thank you.